Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here, got another Master Duel video for you. So I wanted to do an update for our Blue Eyes deck now that the Primite stuff is out. Definitely going to want to update that for sure. So we have here, this is our previous build from the last video that we were using for our Blue Eyes deck. And I'm going to show you how I go about updating my builds when new cards, ban lists come out, or if I just want to try something different. So the first step that I always take when rebuilding a deck is we're actually going to go over here and we are going to delete it. And I'm not kidding either. That's something I do every single time. I've talked about this before in other videos, but I'm really not the biggest fan of going through and like taking cards out one by one and then adding them in. If I'm going to update a deck for a significant amount of cards, significant for me being like probably more than 4 or 5, then I am just going to go ahead and delete it and start anew, because you run into what I like to call the Ship of Theseus problem, or Theseus rather, which is, you know, of course, the idea that, you know, once you replace a board and a ship so many times, and even the same ship, the same is true of decks. I think if you sub cards out one at a time for long enough, your build is going to lose cohesion. Your techs won't make as much sense when working together. Oftentimes, that can be the case. Your ratios get thrown off. So I generally do recommend starting anew, especially for an update as major as this. So for the Primite cards, you know, I, of course, have been doing my research, not just recently, but I very closely follow the OCG format. We talk about it quite a bit on the Patreon. If you're interested in those videos and other content, like reviewing OCG cards as they're announced, then go ahead and head over to patreon.com/hexlex, link in the description below if you want to see some more exclusive content over there. But anyway, so I know from following the OCG for quite a while that this is the core of the Primite engine: 3 Ether Barrel, 3 Lordly Load, and then 1 Drill Beam. So that's all we need of the Primite stuff. I think the rest is pretty much just going to be Blue Eyes stuff and hand traps, although I do remember from last time we learned that Mausoleum does not show up if you just search for Blue Eyes cards, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that first, and then now we can take a look at some Blue Eyes cards here. So for my build, I'm only going to be on 2 Spirit Dragon. You can definitely get away with only playing 2. 3 is, it's interesting, right? The debate between 2 or 3 Spirit Dragon. You really could go either way. There's just pros and cons to both, right? It's not, I don't think it's necessarily that one is inherently better than the other. The 3rd Spirit Dragon does allow you a lot more power for your turn 1 inboard if you go uninterrupted. That's kind of the caveat there, right? If you go uninterrupted, then you could have potentially on turn 1 end with Sifir, Ultimate Spirit Dragon, and Spirit Dragon, as opposed to just 2 Spirit Dragon. But, you know, that's not going to happen super duper often, that your opponent's not going to have any hand traps at all. And I like having more room in the extra deck. I mean, I'll be real, I also just don't want to craft a 3rd one, but wouldn't fault you for wanting to. And if you own 3 Spirit Dragon, I would definitely hold on to that 3rd one. Like, if I owned a 3rd copy already, yeah, I'd probably just jam it right now. But like I said, I don't particularly want to craft one, so I'm going to hold off on that. And besides, like I said, there is definitely, you know, a lot of reasons to play 2 as well. A lot of the tournament-winning builds that I've seen in the OCG have been on 2 Spirit Dragons, so I don't feel too bad for not having the 3rd one here. I'll include Jet Dragon for now, but I'm actually not 100% sure if I'm going to play that or not. We definitely want the 3 Sage. Tyrant. Maiden in White is here. We need, I already put in Wishes, right? Yep, so we still need Roar, and then Majesty, and True Light. And I think that's all of the engine. Right, we have Sages, yep. There's no other level 1 tuners that we play. Oh, Neo Kaiser Seahorse, we might play a single copy of that as well. But, like the Jet Dragon, I could potentially see a world where I end up taking that out. Okay, I think that's good enough there. So I kind of want to build out the rest of the extra deck here. One thing I did want to take a look at is some level 9 synchros, because we actually have a pretty good amount of options here. Like, you could play something like Trishula or Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss as a Crimson Dragon target for the level 9 Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. We didn't summon it last time, but I like the idea of having the Vermilion Dragon Mech as just another level 9 synchro you can go into that does something proactively, as opposed to, like, I don't know. I don't think playing one of these would be bad, but it does feel a little win more. And in a build with only 2 Spirit Dragon, how often am I really going to expect to be going Crimson Dragon on a Spirit Dragon, right? I guess the idea is that maybe if they negate one of my Spirit Dragons, but if they try to negate your Spirit Dragon, you could simply always chain the effect and go into your 12s. There is also Shen Shen. Is another actually very good level 9 synchro target. You know what? Let me throw this in here and I'll play one of these. I guess I might be able to play both. The Blue Eyes extra deck is fairly wide open. That's the biggest argument, and in my opinion, the biggest pro to playing 3 Spirit Dragon as opposed to 2 is that, like, yeah, you have more room in the extra deck if you don't play the 3rd one, but also, like, you have enough room in the extra deck to play the 3rd one. It's really not that big of a deal at all, so yeah. But like I said, I don't want to craft one. Speaking of synchros, we're going to look at some level 12 synchros as well. Of course, we need Crimson Dragon, Ultimate Spirit Dragon, Saphir, and yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just take Blazar as well. That seems good enough to me. Okay, so let's reset that. And as far as other Link monsters, we definitely want an SP. I want a Lina. This card is 2 ends or just 1? Actually, I don't remember. It's just 1. Okay. Yeah, this card is, I mean, it's like all the other Link 2 Spirit Charmers, right? It does the exact same thing. But in a format where not only Blue Eyes, but also Fiendsmith cards are so very prominent, I think that Lina stonks are going way up for a lot of decks, not just this one, but if we run into a mirror match, being able to summon, you know, maybe something like their Sage would be really helpful for us. I mean, there is also the argument for various Link 1 monsters, like, I don't know if I'd play Link Kribo before I'd play something like Relinquished Anima. You could also make an argument. Oh, you know what? I was going to say, you could make an argument for Typhone, but more than an argument, I think I definitely want the Typhone here. So now I got to ask myself, do I want to take out Relinquished Anima, or do I want to take out one of my level 9 synchros? You know what? We also still need to play Baron, which you can do by going like 1+9, especially since we have more level 9 synchros, and that would go really well with Vermilion Dragon Mech. So I think what we're going to do is we also need to play Erratic Seals, too. Okay, so you know what? My whole you have a ton of room in the extract argument might actually be falling apart right in front of me here. Okay, let's take out Anima and Shen Shen. I don't think we need those cards super duper badly. We want to play Baron and then Typhone, but we need to play Seals. I think Seal is more important than Typhone. But do I want to play Typhone over anything in here? I think the answer is actually no. Would maybe consider playing it over Lina, but I think Lina might actually be better than Typhone. I think Vermilion Dragon Mech is very likely better than Typhone as well. I think this extra deck looks good. You know what? As we finish it, I will say it was a little bit more difficult to find room for the 3rd Spirit Dragon than I thought it would be. But I mean, you could still make an argument for it over, like, you would just play it instead of like the Vermilion Dragon Mech, I think, and that would be definitely more than fun. But I guess I will say this too. It doesn't really solve your problem of not having more level 9 synchros to go into later if you are playing the 3rd Spirit Dragon, because you simply fire all of your cylinders on turn 1, right? You play all 3, so I don't know if that would actually be better or not. There's an interesting argument there. It's a lot more nuanced than I thought even going into it. But alright, let's go ahead and add some hand traps. I'm going to start with 2 Fuelos, 2 Droll. I've been doing that for a lot of decks lately. I definitely want to play at least Magnum Hut, if not another Bestial monster as well. Bestial stonks are also pretty high right now, for the same reason Lina stonks are, actually. I'm not saying the word stonks, I like never use that word in my day-to-day life, but I'm in YouTube mode, whoa, stonks, hey! But yeah, no, for the same reason that Lina is, right, because our opponent's graveyard is going to be having a lot more light monsters than usual, so could definitely consider playing more Bestial monsters. I kind of want to play Nib. I have Call by and cross out, right? Yes and yes. Okay, so at this point, let's think about the 3rd Droll. Let's think about the 3rd Fuelos. And we do actually still have both the Jet Dragon and the Neo Kaiser Seahorse in here, which I'm not opposed to. I'm just a little surprised we had room. Is there any other off engine I'd like to play? Oh, Dominus Purge. I knew I was forgetting something rather pertinent. Okay, so let me actually take out the Droll and the Fuelos that I just put in, because Purge says that we can't use... Oh no, it's Dark Water and Fire. Duh, Impulse says we can't use Wind, right? I thought Wind was on Purge for some reason. We could play 41, but I think I'd like to keep it at 40. Am I going to take out the Jet Dragon for the third Purge then? I think I might. I like... do I like it better than Neo Kaiser Seahorse? Do we need Neo Kaiser Seahorse? I mean, you know, if we're playing Baron and we have the Magnum Hut, then I think we should keep it, because it's a pretty easy way to make Baron without using our engine necessarily. I mean, you could use Neo Kaiser Seahorse as engine, but, like, if you open, like, you know... If you, like, open Magnum Hut and go second and summon Magnum Hut during your opponent's turn, and then you search, like, Neo Kaiser Seahorse, or you already have a starter like Sage in hand, that's like a free Baron going into your opponent's turn, like, as you're comboing, which is so good. So I think we do keep Neo Kaiser Seahorse. We could always just play 41. Then you have to ask yourself the question, is it worth it to play Jet Dragon as our 41st card, losing a little bit of consistency to have this tool in the deck? I actually kind of think the answer is no. Because especially with the addition of the Primite cards, like... Because here's the thing, right? These cards are potential starters, but by themselves, they don't really get you full Blue Eyes combo. These are, like, seasonings for your Blue Eyes combo to make it spicier. I have the Drill Beam in here, right? Of course I did. Yeah, I had it at the beginning. Yeah, being able to add this negate to your end board alone is, like, definitely worth it to play the Primite engine, so... Maybe I don't want Jet Dragon, like, clogging up my hands, and maybe that's why I want it to stay at 40 cards. I think that sounds pretty good to me. Let me look over this one last time, and I might even go over here on the side and pull up Untapped. Excuse me, and make sure I'm just not missing anything real quick. I have Majesty, right? Yep. I have Roar, right? Yep. There's so many, like... It's usually a one-of when it comes to engine cards that I end up forgetting to put in, so I just want to make sure I have them all. Okay, I think we're actually pretty good here. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Right? We have Maidens, we have Sages, yeah. We have 2 Blue Eyes. I think we are fine and dandy. So, there is the list we're going to go with, and let me just change up our accessories here. I'm kind of at this point just full-on leaned into theming my accessories after the deck, except sleeves. I really like the triple tack sleeve, but I'll pick Blue Eyes stuff for the rest of this. Which one is the Blue Eyes? I can never tell the field parts. I guess I could look at the names. Is it... It's like the diamondy one, right? Where is that? Here it is, right here. Diamondy? I don't know. It's kind of shaped like a diamond, I guess. There's that. You know, I'm going to keep my mate Sprite Blue. I like having Sprite Blue with me. Alright, let's go Blue Eyes in the center. Ether Barrel over here. And I'll throw Ultimate Spirit Dragon over there. That looks pretty good. Okay. And we're just going to hop right into Ranked Ladder. I think I already mentioned in a previous video that I let myself decay down to Plat. And, yeah, I kind of wish I had gotten up to Master last season. Excuse me, let me get some water here. But at the same time, I really don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm not super worried about it. It's one of those things where, like, if I didn't have a day job, I would definitely be down to just, like, grind Ranked Ladder up to rating duels and just stream it for, like, a few hours a day, but... Ooh, excuse me, only so much time in the world. Okay, so we have a Fuelos, which is not bad. Opponent's on a 60-card deck. It's Hero. Okay, so we're gonna wait until they commit to summoning from the deck, because I really want to draw a hand trap off this Fuelos. Oh, special summon it from your hand or graveyard. Okay, that's fine. And this adds, yep. Because I don't want to, like, preemptively Fuelos and have them go, like, mass change into Dark Law pass here. What does this do? Okay, that fusion summon. So we're going to chain Fuelos to that. Yeah, that's Neos fusion. Hopefully they don't have Ash Blossom or Call By or something. Please? Please? Okay, it's the mass change. That's fine. Because we'll still get to draw off this summon. They'll get to banish a card from our hand. That might not actually matter. If they hit the Blue Eyes, how bad would that be? Wait, is this by drawing? Except they're draw during the draw phase or the damage step. Okay, so it is for drawing, just outside the draw phase. Oh, they're going to hand rip me with this too. That's pretty rough. Really hoping they hit one of the Lordly Loads on this. If they hit the Blue Eyes, that'd be really annoying. I mean, we could still do some stuff, but... The draw 2 discard one? Place one on bottom. Okay, same difference. Call By is fine. I'm not thrilled by that, but... Destroying is a lot more fine with the Aqua Dolphin. Like, I don't really care about that. Okay, so that's going to be it for them. So, they do have a Dark Law. This is basically Macrocosmos, and that's actually going to be a pretty big issue that I didn't really address before. Although, to be fair, now we could just go... Maiden. Oh, but Maiden needs to send as part of the cost. I was going to say place True Light and then use True Light to summon Blue Eyes, but... I special summon in defense position. Okay, you know what? I think we might still be fine. Although we have to consider the Dark Law effect. That's once per turn. So... If I set Wishes and then activate Lordly Load, they'll hit either Maiden or Blue Eyes, but then I'll still have Wishes to be able to discard the other one. I feel like that makes the most amount of sense. I guess I could hit the Ether Barrel here too, which would not be... Okay, to hit Maiden and White. That's actually pretty good for me, right? Your hand graveyard. Okay, so should I Wishes discard Ether Barrel here? Because then I could add Sage and a spell or trap card that mentions. It'll just be Roar, right? Then I could go into Spirit Dragon battle over. I wouldn't lose out on my Blue Eyes here. It wouldn't get banished. Can this summon from Banish? Hand, deck, or graveyard? No. Okay, you know, I think I'm going to do it this way. Yeah, let's get Roar and Sage. I'm going to lose a Blue Eyes when I go to Synchro, which is going to suck, but it's better than nothing, for sure. Giving me made. Oh, I didn't put an Effect Veiler. Ooh, that's a big problem. We need Effect Veilers. Okay. I knew I was forgetting something. I always forget something. Alright, Roar for Blue Eyes. Someone's in defense mode, unfortunately, but we're just gonna have to make do, I think. Like, just go to Spirit and attack mode, battle over Dark Law, and then take it from there, I suppose. Yeah. No, we don't need to activate that. Let me put this to auto real quick. Yeah, battle over you. Alright, made phase 2. Activate. Place True Light. Am I gonna set Majesty? Pass? I could special Blue Eyes and link into Spheres. But I don't think that's better than having Spirit Dragon necessarily. Let's activate True Light. I think I'm always setting here. Yeah, I'm definitely always setting here. I think I just have to set Majesty, which I don't love. Hand, right? Yeah, hand, Monster Zone, or Graveyard. Okay, good. That special summons... Okay, in any position. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass here. Should also consider... Well, I guess we don't have the third Spirit Dragon. I was gonna say we should consider adding Synchro Rumble as well, but I don't think that's super necessary. Heavy Storm. That sucks. Okay. Wow, that really sucks. Heavy Storm of all cards? Really? Ugh. Okay, because that's gonna pop my Spirit Dragon. Unless I go... Well, I can just chain Spirit Dragon, right? Yeah, so in that case, let me chain Majesty since we're gonna lose it anyway. Yeah, that's fine. Look at my blue eyes. Look at it! And lose your Stratos. Oh, but that doesn't matter. Even if I chain Spirit Dragon here, then it just resolves and then whatever I summon gets popped. But then I could bring back my Spirit, so I think that's still worth it. Oh, or I could simply negate my own True Light Graveyard effect. And then I could just go into an Ultimate Spirit Dragon, which would get popped, but then would bring back Spirit Dragon. Let's do it that way. Let's let this resolve. And then now let's do this. No. How about no? How about don't do that, please? Oh, I knew their last card was going to be something else. They played that so confidently. It's Miracle Contact. What are they making? Neos Kluger. What does this do? I take 4,500. Alright. That's destroyed. This activates. Let me summon this real quick. What does this do? This face-up card is destroyed by battle use field because an opponent's card affecting special summon a Neos Wiseman. Is there any shot they're actually playing Neos Wiseman? Does it matter? It might not matter at this point. For damage calc, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can inflict damage. Okay, so they're gonna deal 2,500 to me. Oh my god, any level 1 tuner would have gone so hard here. I need Veilers in my deck! Oh, that's brutal. I can't believe I forgot those. Any level 1 tuner would let me go into Baron. I could Baron pop and then negate the effect to summon Neos Wiseman. I could still top deck a level 1 tuner. I'm going to be left at 1,000 after they attack. Hopefully Dominus Purge should be enough to stop whatever's in hand. Although, did I use Ash Blossom this game? Monster Reborn? Really? Okay, wait, Stratos. Okay, so that's not enough. Also, I have it face down. It doesn't matter if I use Ash Blossom. Oh, they use the Destroy effect. That's fine, too. Okay, so it's the same result either way. Alright, so level 1 tuner actually doesn't do it anymore because of the Stratos, which is really annoying. Ether Barrel. That's a pretty good top deck, I think. Normal summon Ether Barrel. F. Set Lordly Load, right? Yes, definitely Lordly Load. Because we can activate Lordly Load and add Drill Beam. Reveal Primite or one normal monster in your hand. Target one face-up card in the field, negate its effects, and if you do, banish it. Oh, it banishes too? This card's broken! Also, we have a normal monster in our hand, so we just win, right? Sorry about my coughing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let me see something. So if I go... Oh, but then they'll get to summon a Neos Wiseman. Shoot. I negate and then banish. I don't suppose there's any way that'll stop it from summoning Neos Wiseman. Okay, no Neos Wiseman. That's pretty good for us. Alright, now I think this is just lethal. We could just set this too. 4100 minus 18. Wait, that's not lethal, because that's 7 plus 6. I need... Can I get lethal? They have a light monster in here? They don't. Okay, so even if I went into Lina... Like, if I went summon Blue Eyes... So I should just keep... Okay. Oh my god. I could go for Spirit as well. Add Mausoleum. And then Mausoleum F can send from hand as well. Hand or deck to the graveyard. Okay, and then I could go Tribute to special summon the Blue Eyes, and that should be enough, right? Yeah. Math. Add Mausoleum of Light. Yes, this could summon in either position, right? Yes, okay, good. Because so many things summon Blue Eyes in exactly defense mode. Turn to face up signal, gains, attack. Okay, so, yep, we'll give your Spirit Dragon more stats, and the Blue Eyes, Spirit F. Summon back the Blue Eyes in attack mode. And... Oh, we can even bring back Maiden. Fun little bonus there. Forgot I had a Maiden in the yard. Alright, battle phase. Wow, what a game! Holy, that was our first one, too. That was awesome. What a great game. Okay, let's add Veilers. Which I'm sure so many of you were just like screaming at your screen, being like, you forgot the Veilers! It's weird because that's like off-engine. I had this feeling that I was forgetting off-engine and engine at the same time, and funnily enough, that is actually what Veiler just is, right? Let's take out these. I guess just one of the Drolls. I could always play more than 40 if I want to play like another couple of Drolls or something. Like I could go up to 42. Kind of thinking about playing another Neo Kaiser Seahorse as well. Potentially. Maybe. I don't know. We've only played one game so far. Let's just do this for now. Let's just run with this and do like at least one more game. Because that was a pretty intense back and forth that ended up being. Alright, we're going second here. Let's see what we've got. Ooh, that's a great going second hand, assuming we can get some engine on the top of our deck here. But we have Veiler, Ash, Purge, Purge. So we're going to use the Purges before the Ash here. But, okay, or maybe we're not going to use any of them. Okay, here we go. Ooh, okay, so this is interesting because if I Ash to stop the Blue Eyes special summon, then I can't use the Purges. Now, what's really interesting too is that my opponent set one card and now they're going to special summon a Blue Eyes as their first action. That kind of makes me think this face down card is Majesty and my opponent might pass after this. I'm going to let this go through. That's fine. Because if this is Majesty, I could simply cross out and call Majesty. So I'm not intimidated by Majesty plus Blue Eyes in defense mode here. Normal summon Effect Veiler. Okay. So they're going to go for Spirit this way. That's fine. That's completely fine with me. One Spirit plus Majesty. I still think this is Majesty. Even if they have a Veiler here. They're thinking about something. Oh, they're thinking about if they wanted to go into Spirit or not. They're choosing to do so. Spirit for Mausoleum here. I will definitely use one of my 2 Purges on that before using Valor, and of course before using Ash Blossom as well. Because Valor could stop any number of monster effects on the field here, right? Doesn't have to be a search, but Purge only stops searches. Okay, now they're linking for spheres, I assume? Yep. That's fine. We can ash that. Set another card. Setting this before anything else, that more than anything else is what makes me think that is the Majesty. That's not Engine. That is not Engine. I could normal summon a Valor and then go for Spirit for Mausoleum. If nothing else for deck thinning, but it actually might get my opponent to use some of their back rows on top of that. That seems pretty good to me. Let's do it. Let's go for it. Normal summon Valor. They're chaining Maxi. Yeah, that's completely fine. I simply won't summon Spirit here then. Okay, set Purge, set Crossout, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, there's no reason not to set Purge. And I don't think they're gonna necessarily use Majesty here. If they do and pop my face down Purge, that'll be a little annoying. They're gonna bounce my Valor. That is completely fine. No, they just opted not. No, they are doing it. Okay. And then there's special summoning. Probably Magnum Hut to get a search. For no, there's just summoning Neo Kaiser Seahorse. It's completely fine. The crossout is very interesting here because in the mirror match, it's effectively just a negate, right? But not against extra deck monsters. Okay, since I have 2 Valors now, I'm going to use an effect Valor on this Spirit. Send 1 Blue Eyes monster, or 1 monster that mentions Blue Eyes from your deck to the graveyard. I don't have to cross out that. I could cross out whatever they send if that ends up being a threat. So I'm just going to Valor. Oh, they're trying to send Maiden here. Okay, because they wanted to Maiden Mausoleum. That makes sense. So even just using Valor against the Spirit would stop that. But if they have something else that ends up working out for them, we could still cross out and negate it. Yeah, they're just going to send Maiden anyway. That makes sense. Crossout only negates it for 1 turn, so even if I call something like Maiden and then top deck it, I can still use it. Kwaki Miru Drago. Neither player can special summon light or dark monsters. Interesting. But they don't have a dragon to reveal. This is 2200 damage. I definitely don't care about that. It's bold to play Drago in a Blue Eyes deck. I mean, I get it. It's basically like Cactus Bouncer, basically, in a plant deck. Yep. There goes that. Alright. Can we top deck a 1-card starter, please? Thank you. Of course, it has to resolve. We do have Crossout to help with that, though. So I'm decently optimistic it will. Let's see. There's Imperm. We have Crossout for that. Wait, we don't play Imperm. Shoot. That sucks. That's gonna have to be fine then. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay. We can still link into Spirit and then battle over their Spirit by Mausoleum send Blue Eyes. Yeah, we'll do that. That'll leave them with just the face down card, and then they're in top deck mode going into our like million disruptions. I'm glad I thought about the fact that I don't play Imperv. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, that's fine. We'll just crash the spirits here. Yeah, we'll just crash spirits. That's fine. They're still in top deck mode into our million disrupts here. By million, I mean 4. All right. What do you have? What did you top deck? Okay, that works too. Dang, I wanted to see what my next top deck was, but wait, we'll definitely take those. Okay, we're at well over 30 minutes at this point, so I think that's definitely good enough to call it for a video. Some pretty nice duels that we had for this one. You know, I was a little worried when I started doing this build and play series that, like, you know, I wanted to keep it authentic by including like the genuine like first couple of games that we run into, but I was really worried there was just gonna be a bunch of people like conceding as soon as we started doing a turn 1 combo. But we've actually had some pretty back and forth games for these, so that's been pretty rad. Awesome. Thank you, as always, for joining me for this series, and don't worry, I'll definitely continue to work on this build moving forward. I think this is very much a first draft for me here. As always, if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them in the comment section below. That is going to do it for now, though, so why don't we move on to our outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Thank you so very much for watching all the way to the very end of the video, which by the way is one of the best ways to support the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, take a look at the names on screen. These are folks who have been so generous as to either join as a YouTube member or subscribe over on patreon.com/Hexlex to support. There's also perks for doing so. If you would like to see YouTube videos early, as well as some exclusive videos that get uploaded to YouTube, but for one reason or another I decide not to publish, definitely go ahead and hit that join button to see content early, as well as some exclusive content. If you're looking for more exclusive content, over on patreon.com, I upload exclusive videos that are not posted on YouTube just about every single day. Whether you choose to subscribe over on Patreon, join as a YouTube member, or simply continue to watch, your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. But for now, this is Hexlex. I am signing out, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.